Good morning. What is up, YouTube? And welcome back to the My Crypto Journey live stream here for Coffee and Crypto. And guess what? It's Friday, baby. It is Friday. Let me know in the comments, what are you doing tonight? And do me a favor, smash that like button on your way in. And the cryptocurrency market looking pretty decent right now. Kind of just trading sideways, not doing much really. But of course, the story of the day is Saitama was up 60% on the day. Now, I want to give this project a fair shake because, I'm known for dunking on it. But let's look at it objectively. And we're going to do that near the end of the stream. We're going to cover some, well, not near the end, but probably halfway through. We're going to cover some other obviously cryptocurrency news in the beginning having to do with Genesis and FTX. Some very interesting information has come out about FTX. Pretty much the fact that FTX could restart, SBF pretty much calling out John Ray on Twitter, and Genesis finally filing for bankruptcy. So do me a favor, smash that like button. Let's get started, baby. And shout out to this month's sponsors, of course, Cookies Protocol and Volt Inu. If you guys didn't know, Gilbert Burns, a UFC fighter, right, who is one of the biggest probably Volt influencers, we could say Volt Inu influencers, just made weight for his fight tomorrow in Brazil. So we're going to be all checking that out. We'll go over all the highlights and those sort of things. Probably Monday morning. Maybe I'll do like a midday Sunday stream, but that's pretty awesome that he made weight. And yeah, it's cool to see a UFC, Volt Inu sponsor kind of be up there and representing the brand and those sorts of things. Absolutely, Janet, I know. But first, let's say what's up to the chat. We have Mizzy Matt. What's up, baby? We have Steve. We have Senor Swiper. We have Invisible Commenter, not so invisible now. We have Jay Linda, Slim Cheesus. We have Sakar. What's up, baby? Invisible Commenter. Oh, I already read you. Bud Yeti. What's up, Javi? Javi in the house. Fired up. I got that Javi coffee this morning. What's up, baby? We got Racket. What's up, Racket Club? How you doing? What's up, Eugene? Edgar. What's up, baby? Edgar with the funny ass memes over on Instagram. We have, what's up, Jay Hawk? What's up, Beaver Lumber? What's up, Roger? Neville, been a while. How you doing? James Minton, hello, good morning. We have Escobar. We have Janet. Gilbert, what's up, baby? We got Colorado in the house. Let's go, Gilbert. What's up, Kamal? How you doing? What's up, Jerms? What's up, Maddie B? What's up, Doobie2? Ben? C? Oh, we got the people coming in today. Contrix, what's up, baby? Got the whole squadron here. And of course, if you're new to my show, we start the news at the 5-minute mark. But let me take off the sweater because it is hot. Hold on. It's hot in here. And yes, we are wearing the same Dragon Ball Z shirt as yesterday. I don't want to hear it. All right. I don't want to hear it. Yes, and of course, the poll of the day is, can Saitama return to its former glory? Jerem says they just killed a leg workout. Time to start the hell yeah, baby. I've been actually really working out a lot. So it feels good to get back in the gym, eat healthy again. I was kind of like on a 3-month, actually, no, I think since because I got really in shape in August. And since then, I just been kind of dirtling around. I haven't been doing much. I've been working out, but not as hard and not paying attention to my diet as I should. But in San Diego, it gets hot pretty quick. So I'm really focusing on getting in really good shape. So that's what I like to do in the summer. What's up, Chris? How you doing, baby? What's up, Taz? How you doing? What's up, Philip? How you doing? Ben? Yes, I think MetaMonkey AI just launched their NFT. Shout out to MetaMonkey AI. Rodney getting naked already. Wrong channel, Rodney. That's for my OnlyFans. Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, Jake always wants me to take my shirt off. He's a little sus. What's up, Brad? How you doing, baby? I'm doing well. How about yourself, man? How's work? How's life? Dude, okay, I'm sorry, all right? But Starbucks coffee is my favorite. The one you buy in the bag, it's my favorite, okay? I don't want to hear your opinion. There's a reason why they're a monopoly. There's a reason why, well, they're not really a monopoly, but they're a juggernaut, you could say, right? I just get the regular drip coffee. I don't get no fancy-ass drinks. Those are not good for you. What do you guys got going on for the weekend? Let me know. Smash that like button, baby. What do you guys got going on? What's up? What's up, Joan Carver? How you doing? What's up? Good morning. Yeah, everybody's fired up because Saitama pumped a little bit today. But we'll talk about their decentralized exchange here soon because it's very interesting. I have some points for you guys. I have some very good points for you guys. Damn, Brad. Well, hey, hopefully, Brad, we can give you a little bit of escapism and talk about some of the cryptocurrency news. Let's get it, baby. All right. Roger says I'm hungover and trying to smash. There was Thursday night, bro. What the hell did you do on a Thursday night? All right, let's get into the news. And of course, the biggest news is that Genesis is finally filing for bankruptcy. Now, Watcher Guru put out this little stat here, I guess you could say. These are all the bankrupt cryptocurrency companies between from 2022 to 2023. Three Arrows Capital, Celsius Network, Terraform Labs, Voyager Digital, Core Scientific, Babel Finance, Hodlnaut, Genesis, BlockFi, ZipMex, and of course the most notorious FTX. Shout out. You got to pour one out for the homies who lost their ass in some of these cryptocurrency products. It's brutal out there, guys. You got to be very, very careful with centralized exchanges. This is why I do not trust them, right? You can do what you want, but I do not trust them. Now, like I said before, like a million times, this Genesis bankruptcy hits closer to home because I have a friend who has a bunch of money on there, and it's unclear whether he's going to get his money back. But there's an important part in this whole article that says the bankruptcy is a crucial step towards us being able to recover your assets. And of course, that's from Gemini's Cameron Winklevoss tweet. Cameron Winklevoss's tweet, right? The Gemini, one of the CEOs of Gemini, right? So that's important, right? So when these companies go through bankruptcy, they restructure, and hopefully that people that have their money stuck in these exchanges can get something back, maybe 70 cents on the dollar, maybe 50 cents, who knows, but something back, right? Because a lot of people are getting wrecked in this. So let's read this, and then we'll go ahead and stick a fork in this and see what happens in the future. It says, Genesis crypto lending business file for bankruptcy protection. It says the collapse of FTX in late 2022 was the final straw for Genesis, which earlier that year reportedly suffered loss of several million dollars due to its exposure to failed crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital, right? So it wasn't just FTX. It had a lot to do with Three Arrows Capital. Which, if you guys don't know, I think it's Sun Tzu, right? Sun Tzu, who helped found Three Arrows Capital, wants to start another cryptocurrency exchange to help people that were affected by the collapse of other cryptocurrency. I don't fucking know. Sounds like a money grab, right? It's crazy. These guys could just start a project, wreck, and then go to another project. It's kind of insane to me, right? It's nuts. It says Genesis Global Holdco, LLC, the parent company of troubled cryptocurrency lender Genesis Global Capital, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection after being pummeled by two of 2022's biggest industry collapses, of course, FTX and Three Arrows Capital. It says Genesis and its subsidiaries, Genesis Asia Pacific and Genesis Global Capital, filed a trio of voluntary petitions with the bankruptcy court. All three fall under the umbrella of Digital Currency Group. And of course, DCG has been under fire lately, especially from the Winklevoss twins, apparently for mismanaging funds and doing a lot of shady shit, right? Which also owns CoinDesk. And of course, CoinDesk is the biggest cryptocurrency publication, right? It says Genesis has moved for joint administration of the cases. In its filing, Genesis Global Capital, the partner firm to Genesis defunct Earn program, estimated more than 100,000 creditors and between $1 billion and $10 billion in liability. Now, it's funny because this was the same number that they put out for FTX, which is kind of weird. I don't know if between 1 billion and 10 billion is kind of a big ass number, right? It says the two other entities estimated their assets and liabilities in the $100 million and $500 million range, respectively. It says Genesis owes over $3.5 billion to its top 50 creditors. That's crazy. It's so top heavy. And it says among which include crypto exchange Gemini, trading giant Cumberland, Marana, Moon Alpha Finance, and I've never heard of any of these. Van Eeks Finance Income Fund, according to the bankruptcy filing published late Thursday. Those companies comprised Genesis crypto lending businesses, which was rocked last year by the implosion of hedge fund Three Arrows Capital and crypto exchange FTX. Genesis other subsidiaries involved in the derivatives and spot trading and custody businesses, as well as Genesis Global Trading, were not included in the filing and continued client trading operations, according to the press release. It says in its filing, Genesis Global said it expects that through the restructuring process, there will be money left over to pay unsecured creditors. A group that can get wiped out in bankruptcy cases in this situation is extremely dire, right? And that's pretty much that plus what Cameron Winklevoss said. The bankruptcy is a crucial step towards us being able to recover your assets. Gemini Cameron Winklevoss tweeted shortly after the filing was announced. In the same tweet string, the Gemini CEO threatened to sue DCG CEO Barry Silbert over the repayment of the loan. This tweet comes after Winklevoss waged a Twitter war against DCG to recover the loan amid his exchange's own struggles, right? So that's what we saw. We saw a lot of infighting, right? We saw the Winklevoss twins going after DCG, right? And Barry Silbert saying that they were pretty much effing things up. But then, we saw the SEC go after both of these guys and say, hey, well, we're going to get you both for for issuing unregistered securities. So it's kind of a fucking shit show right now. So we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens with this. But, I think this is a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is that there's some sort of clarity, right? There's some sort of closure in all of this. Not really closure because you don't know what's going to happen, but when it comes to getting your funds back, but that, hey, at least they're filing for bankruptcy. Because what we've seen, right, the common trend we've seen when some of these cryptocurrency entities goes down is what? It's like, we're okay, everything's fine. Then trading halts. We're okay, everything's fine. Radio silence for a month, a few weeks, and then we're filing for bankruptcy, right? And that's what we saw with FTX, right? What do you guys think about all this? I know a lot of you guys don't really care about Genesis because none of you guys were affected, but I do have Luna Classic, but it's in the Terra Station wallet, and I haven't touched it. So, Big A, hey, it's an honest question. What's up, Blues? How you doing, baby? Yeah, so if you guys don't know, SBF, Caroline, and Gary Huang were all formally charged. So, from the SEC. Brad. Yeah, smash that like button, baby. Let's go. It's going to be a chill stream today. Yeah, we'll see if SEC goes after Saitama, because remember, when Saitama launched, right? When Saitama launched, they were a US-based company. Their LLC was in Maryland, right? So keep that in mind. Saitama, when they first launched, I mean, the SEC could go after them for issuing unregistered securities, right? That is true. That is true. That applies to any cryptocurrency company, though, right? That operated out of the United States. And the fact that, everybody was doxxed and, like I said, their LLC was here in the United States could be a big issue for them. Okay. So that's what's up with Gemini. A little bit of, some clarity for the people who maybe have their money in there and are wondering what the hell is going to happen. That's going to happen, right? So we'll see what happens. We'll stay close to the story, but it looks like for now, we're just going to have to deal with the bankruptcy process, which we know takes forever. All right. Okay, so real quick. So just so you guys know, what happens when a crypto exchange goes bankrupt, right? So this is a pretty good article. It says, the major downside to cryptocurrency is the risk of loss, which is even more difficult to manage when a crypto company is holding your coins. In November, it says FTX had suffered a major liquidity crisis and filed for Chapter 11. In July 2022, two major crypto trading platforms, Voyager and Celsius, declared bankruptcy, right? The wave of bankruptcy reached Bitcoin mining as well in December 2022 when NASDAQ-listed mining company named Core Scientific filed for Chapter 11. So everyone's getting hit, right? So we'll go over these talking points. One, bankruptcies leave crypto investors unable to withdraw. And that's very, very important, right? Because you're stuck like Chuck, right? And cryptocurrency is not FDIC insured. Now, cryptocurrency exchanges have a very interesting problem because banks are not required to hold all your money one for one, right? Say, for example, if your whole local town went to your local Chase and would try to withdraw all your money from your bank accounts, obviously they couldn't do that, right? They couldn't do that. They're not required to, right? Now, when it comes to cryptocurrency exchanges, they have to hold all your crypto one for one. Because what is a cryptocurrency exchange? It's like, hey, I want this much crypto. They're going to say, hey, okay, we're going to give you this much crypto and charge you a little fee for doing so, right? Now, there's no insurance there, right? But these cryptocurrency exchanges should be holding all your assets one to one. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. The issue is we know what their assets are, which is your cryptocurrency, right? But we don't know what their liabilities are, which is people they owe money, all right, or other shit, right? Now, when they go bankrupt, usually they have to take care of those creditors first, and you're last on that totem pole, right? Of people getting paid the money they're owed, because they could have $1 million in assets, and say, for example, all their customers maybe altogether own $1 million in cryptocurrency, hypothetically. But what happens when they go to bankruptcy? When they go bankrupt, they got to pay other people first. So yeah, that's your cryptocurrency, and they hold it one to one, but it doesn't matter because when it's not insured. And we just saw recently a judge ruled that Celsius, Alex Mashinsky, right? They $4.2 billion. It's like, yeah, no. It's not the customers. It's Celsius's, right? It's theirs. Now, obviously, he's getting sued and those sorts of things for maybe misleading investors, but that's very important to pay attention to. So this is the most important part. Who gets priority during a bankruptcy? During Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceedings, there's a clear chain of who gets paid for the remaining assets. Even if a company owes $1 billion more than it has in assets, investors may not be left empty-handed. Under Chapter 11, the bankrupt company must produce a detailed schedule of assets and liabilities, right? Assets and liabilities. And this is what's missing in the cryptocurrency world. We know the assets, we don't know the liabilities. Among other financial statements and reports, during the bankruptcy process, the company, lawyers, and a bankruptcy judge work to figure out who gets what. The legal code states that, in general, the first payments are made to secured creditors, right? Once those obligations are met, funds may go to repay debts and unsecured creditors. Bang. And it says investors are nearly last in line when it comes to recovering their assets. When the pool of assets to be returned to individual investors is calculated, everyone is notified of the pro rata share that they will receive. For example, if the company owes $100 million to customers and has $90 million left paying off a debt, the customers would get approximately 90% of their deposits returned. Now, this is a generous number and not what we've seen, right? So it says how to recover funds from a bankrupt cryptocurrency company. It says if you follow know your customer requirements and created your account with legitimate information, the crypto company should have your contact information and the account of what you're owed on file. If the company goes bankrupt, you should ideally hear from them right away with information on recovering your funds. So this is interesting because I have Voyager, right? I have Voyager I have Voyager. Yeah, no spamming, you weirdo. I have Voyager, and I only had $100 in Voyager, thank God. And they've been emailing me here and there, although the emails have kind of like, have kind of ceased a little bit. And mods, if you guys see any spamming like that, banish them to the Shadow Realm, and we'll go ahead and dunk on Saitama near the end of it, and you guys will see exactly why. You think Saitama is just another shitcoin project. We'll get into that right now. This is our cryptocurrencies backed by other assets. It says each cryptocurrency is unique and follows its own set of rules and features. Some cryptocurrencies like stablecoins have assets backing them while others don't. So we know all this stuff, right? So let's talk about bottom line. The bottom line is, guys, don't trust your crypto on these exchanges, right? Keep that in mind, right? Don't trust your crypto in these exchanges. Take the power back. Your keys, your crypto, right? Get a ledger, any DeFi wallet, right? Those sorts of things, right? Okay. So that's pretty much the skinny when it comes to pretty much what happens when cryptocurrency exchanges go bankrupt. Now, apparently, John Ray says, oh, yeah, we could restart. So let's check this out. John Ray is saying that they could restart the FTX cryptocurrency exchange. I mean, how many people would trust that FTX again? Maybe under new leadership? Let's see what's going on. And people are saying SBF is innocent, but I think they're missing the point here. Let's watch this.
Is saying in his first public interview since taking the job that he's open to the idea of restarting operations, telling the Wall Street Journal everything is on the table. If there's a path forward on that, then we will not only explore that, we'll do it. Kate Rooney joins us now with more on this prospect. Hey, Kate.
Hey, Mike. So we did see Sam Bankman-Fried also weighing in on this in John Ray's comments. In a tweet, he is in Palo Alto on house arrest. He responded saying, I'm glad Mr. Ray is finally paying lip service to turning the exchange back on after months of squashing such efforts. He also says, I'm waiting for him to finally admit that FTX US is solvent and give customers their money back. So interesting response there. He's had a couple blog posts talking about this and claiming.
Now, CNBC was really big on FTX, right? They were doing all sorts of little interviews with SBF and those sorts of things, which, in their defense, I mean, at the time, it seemed like a layup, like something pretty chill, right? Something they could actually talk about. And it looked like FTX was kind of the future. Now, one of the things when it comes to, when it comes to, SBF in this situation, and what I saw a lot over the internet that wasn't because look, when FTX went down, everyone was talking shit about SBF, but I did see a few different videos who were like, He was pressured into filing for bankruptcy. They had the money to pay back the people who got affected. And yes, you have to understand something. The reason why SBF is in trouble is because they were mismanaging customer funds. It's not because people couldn't get their money out of the exchange. It's because they were mismanaging funds between Alameda Research and FTX. They were doing shit they weren't supposed to do, right? And of course, his coworkers are telling on him. But the main point for me and my main focus is getting everybody paid who was affected by the collapse. And if there was a point that they could do those things, well, why wouldn't they do that? Now, a lot of people are accusing John Ray and bringing in his other buddies to help do this bankruptcy because they've done other ones. They just want to get paid. They wanted to spend a ton of time doing this, right? And then they want to get paid for it. Interesting.
I mean, that FTX US was solvent. John Ray, meanwhile, saying, we really don't need to hear from you, by the way. It's not helpful, called it sort of misinformation. There's a huge question of if anybody would trust FTX, even with new leadership, to use it again. But traders that you talk to in crypto say the software actually was pretty good. And there are some people who can see a path forward as a way to bring revenue back and say that it was one of the better infrastructure platforms and ways to trade crypto out there. But probably too soon to tell if anybody's willing to put their money back there.
Right. I mean, presumably, yes, perhaps the platform, the technology can live on in some form. Although more broadly, Kate, has it seemed as if the crypto market has suffered in terms of liquidity in FTX's absence? I mean, it seems as if things have traded okay, but I'm sure a lot of money was put in motion over the course of the last few months.
That's part of it. FTX has had this effect where a lot of people have pulled money off of exchanges. The market depth definitely has not recovered in terms of liquidity. A lot of people have just moved their money offline for safekeeping and say that they don't trust exchanges across the board, whether it's the new FTX or any global exchange at this point. So that's been one issue with Bitcoin in general, that the trading depth just really isn't there in a way that it was. The lending market is completely dried up, so you've seen that effect. One cryptocurrency, interestingly, Mike, we talk about FTX, the FTT token that's part of the FTX.
First of all, you little assholes, I cannot believe FTT token is pumping. You know why? Because cryptocurrency is funny and we're all degenerates, right? What's up, Awesome? How you doing, baby?
FTX balance sheet as part of the bankruptcy proceedings, and they talked about finding some liquidity, about $5 billion worth. That token surged about 30% on the news that FTX might reopen.
This is hilarious.
We're seeing these pockets of risk in crypto still alive and well. If people are willing to speculate on that token at this point, it's up more than 32% today.
Absolutely, yes, up to 230. It's amazing. Maybe they can even, end up kind of helping the longer-term cause with that wild activity. Kate, thanks very much.
So it's very interesting, right? Because a lot of people are saying, well, hey, man, if they had like Ozan said, or like Chris just said, if everyone is made whole, SBF jail term shouldn't exceed 3 to 5 years. The most gruesome part of this to me is the fact that people are going to go without their money. Now, it was interesting listening to those videos that were talking shit about John Ray, saying, this guy's getting paid $1,300 an hour. Bro, I'd be sleeping at FTX I'd be sleeping at FTX headquarters doing work. You know what I mean? To get paid $1,300 an hour, So when you put things into perspective like that, it makes you look at it a little sideways. Now, of course, Wall Street Journal posted this article pretty much saying, John Ray said the cryptocurrency exchange could start under new management. Who would manage it and those sorts of things, right? Now, okay, so what are the charges for SBF? Because people think that he's innocent, but that's not what he's charged for. He's charged for this. So he's not charged for the fact that everyone can't get their money out of the exchange, because other people have done that, right? Like, Celsius, Voyager, like other people have done shit and they're kind of okay. You know what I mean? But why is FTX in legal trouble? So FTX founder and former CEO SBF will plead not guilty to all 8 counts of U.S. criminal charges on Tuesday. So it says Bankman-Fried appeared before a judge in the U.S. District Court in New York on Tuesday with his lawyers, and this is a little older, but so these are his charges. Criminal charges against the 30-year-old former billionaire include wire fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and conspiracy to misuse customer funds, among others. The former FTX CEO is also facing suits by the SEC and the CFTC over similar charges. So this is the issue, right? Is that he was mismanaging customer funds. That's the illegal part. It's not that FTX customers can't be made whole. It's that he was doing all this shady shit between Alameda Research and FTX. So that's the difference, right? So that's the difference. That's the difference. So it's important to understand that, right? It's not because people got wrecked on FTX. It's sad, but that's not right. That's not why they're charging him, right? So in this scenario, it's like, dude, we got to make sure we could do everything we can to make customers whole. Now, it's the perception, in my opinion, is if FTX is solvent, the perception is going to switch from FTX, SBF is a bad guy to John Ray and his lackeys are milking this to make as much money as they can because they've done this before. That's the accusation, right? I'm not saying that, that's true, but that is the accusation, right? That is the accusation. So SBF says, I'm glad Mr. Ray is finally paying lip service to turning the exchange back on after months of squashing such efforts. I'm still waiting for him to finally admit FTX US is solvent and give customers their money back. Now, when the collapse of FTX started to happen, FTX US was not affected. It was just FTX.com, right? And they're different, right? Keep that in mind. It's like Binance and then Binance US, right? And now a lot of people are tweeting, there's something off with the FTX bankruptcy, right? There's something off. What's going on? Right now, this is pretty interesting. So check this out. So this is one of SBF's statements before the company was going under. This says, let me see. Where's it at? Okay, here it is right here. This is an old article published by Forbes that pretty much was going to give SBF's testimony, right? It pretty much says, so to summarize, to my best knowledge, when Enron went through the Chapter 11 process, John Ray and SEC were both lawyers and or administrators for the estate, which paid out roughly $700 million in legal fees. So obviously John Ray and SEC made a fucking killing on that. Then when FTX crashed, an SNC partner chose SNC to represent FTX. So SNC pressured me to file Chapter 11 documents and filed the documents despite my instructions not to, right? So SBF is saying he was pressured to do so, and then he had, you know what I mean? And then he didn't want to, and those sorts of things. And then it ended up happening, right? It says SNC chose John Ray as the new CEO of the Chapter 11 estate. Now, one would say, well, they worked together better in the past. Maybe they were going to work better on this situation, right? It says John Ray then chose SNC to represent the Chapter 11 estate. SNC reneged on an agreement to let me choose the board chair, and then John Ray appointed the board. Remember, when they were going to file for bankruptcy, the agreement was, I'm not sure if it was in writing, was that SBF could choose the board. But then they're like, yeah, no, you're done. You know what I mean? You're done. Nope. So it says in an official statement, the Bahamian Attorney General Ryan Pinder said it is possible that the prospect of multi-million-dollar legal and consulting fees is driven both the Chapter 11 teams, legal strategy. So pretty much what they're saying right here is that these guys are pretty much driven by money, right? So interesting. This is interesting, right? This is pretty interesting. So I'm going to see how this, pans out. But in my opinion, I don't think, anyone really is going to give SBF time of the day, and should they? Because at the end of the day, the reason why he's being charged for any of this, right, is because of the whole, is because of the fact that they were mismanaging funds, right? Doing shady shit with Alameda Research and those sorts of things, right? That is the issue, right? That is the issue. Yeah, I did see that too. So thank you for the news update. So, Mizzy Matt sent me this security incident as car rams into barricade outside SBS parents' home. So I guess people who are salty with the FTX situation are taking it out on SBS parents, which I don't really recommend doing those sorts of things. Like, obviously, you know what I mean? So keep that in mind. Yes, 164 people watching. Make sure you smash that like button, baby. So leave SBF's parents alone, right? Obviously, SBF is there, right? Just be careful. That kind of stuff, or just be nice. Let the legal system play out and those sorts of things. All right, let's talk about Saitama, because everyone wants to talk about Saitama because they're up 60% on the day, and we'll talk about them right now. Now, obviously, Saitama has me blocked, right? Because they're a bunch of soy boys. I don't think I've ever tagged them. I think I've tagged them in things before, but they were probably tired of me being right? So we'll talk about Saitama because, through, we started our, we started our channel pretty much talking about meme coins, but what really made us get a bunch of subscribers was talking about Saitama. And what kept us getting subscribers was us being critical of Saitama. Now, since then, things have changed. Those pumpy videos, I don't really like too much, to be honest. I like the cryptocurrency news. When crazy stuff comes out, I suppose we'll talk about that, but I really do like the cryptocurrency news more than anything. Yeah, Saitama's dumping already. I already know. Okay, so Saitama. What is Saitama, right? Saitama, what is Saitama? What was it created for in the first place, right? Now, we know that this thing hit a $7 billion market cap with no use case during the peak hype of cryptocurrency, which is phenomenal, right? Now, no use case, right? Keep that in mind. And there were a meme coin in the beginning, right? Saitama Inu, Shiba Inu. And they were made alongside a bunch of other meme coins. This one just caught on. And the reason, right? The reason why Saitama, I think was really launched into the stratosphere was because Russ was very, very, very good at speaking, right? Very, very good at speaking. Very good, right? He came off as this cryptocurrency expert. He came off as this person who was very successful in the rest of his life, moved over to cryptocurrency and continued the trend, right? Continue the trend, right? So that's pretty much the inception of Saitama. May of 2021, this thing launched alongside a bunch of other meme coins, right? That were from the same deployer wallet. This one ended up going absolutely crazy. Now, Saitama was launched for, to be a decentralized exchange, right? SaitaSwap, right? Or SaitaPro, or SaitaMask, SaitaMask. Okay, we know a lot of over-promising and under-delivering. And we know in this space, when you do those sorts of things, it's pretty much it's a nail in the coffin, right? If you overpromise and underdeliver and you don't deliver things on time, people forget about you, right? And, they just move on. Now, keep in mind, what's very important to notice is that, it's a crypto winter and a lot of meme coins are going to pull back, right? A lot of meme coins, a lot of altcoins, all cryptocurrencies are going to take a step back because that's what happens, right? That's what happens. It's a bear market, right? Even Big Daddy Bitcoin is down 39% on the year, right? Which is a lot. Ethereum is down 34% on the year. And if you look at their all-time highs, they are way down. So keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. All cryptocurrencies are down. Now, when I look at altcoins to be down, I usually turn towards Ethereum because things tend to move with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but altcoins tend to move with Ethereum a little more. Now, the interesting thing about altcoins and some lower caps is that they really, really take a step back. Now, if you're looking at Ethereum, right, how many X's would it take for Ethereum to get to its all-time high of about $5,000? Well, a little less than 5, right? So 5 times this would be close to its all-time high, roughly, right? Now, for Saitama, right, for Saitama to hit its all-time high, again, it's a 70X. So Saitama obviously dumped way more than the market, right? So you'd have to multiply 70 times your current investment in Saitama, 70X, to get to its all-time high if you bought at the top. Depends on when you bought, right? So obviously Saitama is dumping more than the actual cryptocurrency market. And we know the reason why it's doing that, right, is because of over-promising, under-delivering, and them delivering a very, very average app. Now, I'm not saying that to be a hater. I'm not saying anything to be anything. It's a fact. It's a fact. Now, Saitama obviously launched their new use case, which is SaitaPro, right? Which is a decentralized exchange, a DEX, decentralized exchange. And when you look at all the decentralized exchanges in the world, when it comes to top decentralized exchanges, we have them right here. Of course, Uniswap reigns, V3 reigns number 1, right? If we go down, all the way down to 65. So say entire world, Saitama is the 65th biggest decentralized exchange, right? Of course, we have centralized exchange and decentralized exchanges. Now, I like them both. I think decentralized exchanges are great because usually the barrier to entry for cryptocurrency projects, right? The barrier to entry for cryptocurrency projects is pretty low on some of these decentralized exchanges, especially Uniswap, so you can get them right away. Unfortunately, there's a lot of scams and those sorts of things. There's not a real vetting process, right? You can just launch anything you want. You know what I mean? And you could get into it. And I mean, that's DeFi. Now, centralized exchanges are obviously a little different, right? There's an upside to using them, but there's also a downside. And we're seeing the big downside right now in a bear market because when they file for bankruptcy, you don't get your money. It's stuck there, right? Okay, right? Because a decentralized exchange, when you swap for something, it goes right to your wallet, right? They just pretty much use it as a swapping service, right? You could stake and shit like that, some of those things, right? Of course. Okay. All right. So, obviously centralized exchanges store your crypto. So it's a little different, right? Now, obviously the downside of a decentralized exchange is that sometimes you make a mistake, you swap something wrong. There's no one to call, there's no customer service. Well, centralized exchanges, you can call customer service sometimes, and sometimes they can help you out, right? So that's the difference. And I think they both have their pros and cons, but I use centralized exchanges to buy cryptocurrency, to convert it into fiat, since I do KYC, right? You could send it to your bank account, or you could just buy cryptocurrency in there and send it to your cold storage. So I think, centralized exchanges have their use. I don't think they're bad. I just don't trust them to store my crypto. Like, I can't sleep comfortably at night knowing that all my money could be gone. Okay. So now we have SaitaSwap, which, like I said, is ranked number 65 when it comes to, decentralized exchanges, and this is being up 200% on the day. Right now, the biggest news we could say recently was Saitama's. Pretty much, it was they're doing some card where they're offering a debit card so that you can pay for things with your cryptocurrency, right? Worldwide, whatever. Visa, right? Because you can use Visa pretty much anywhere, right? So that's what they're doing. That's the bull case, and that's what people are pretty much fawning over about. That you can buy the tradable assets on SaitaSwap, which it's only about, this says 11, but I think it's 15. So currently right now, Saitama has 15 tradable assets on their decentralized exchange, which is pretty much nothing, right? Now, okay, so here's the issue, right? Because this is Big Daddy Uniswap. Obviously, Uniswap dominates all. And if you look at SaitaSwap obviously looks a little better. They have two different networks, whereas Uniswap is just Ethereum. Or, excuse me, you can do Polygon, other ones, right? But the issue is you can't do like BNB and those sorts of things. So we have that SaitaMask or SaitaPro has Ethereum and BSC, right? So you could swap for some BSC tokens or some Ethereum tokens. So I have my wallet connected. I can swap maybe some ETH right here, and I can choose from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 assets, right? Okay. So you could get this. I don't know what Slake is. Fund. I don't know what Fund is. Saita Realty, Kodachi, Mandox, Bone, Blue Sparrow Token, Chronos, Jasmy, and Luna Classic, right? So obviously these are all on the Ethereum blockchain. They're all wrapped in those sorts of things. Okay. So this is their decentralized exchange. So you're asking yourself, so when I look at something like this, you got to ask yourself, what's the benefit for me using SaitaSwap over Uniswap? Because all of these tokens you can get on Uniswap. So what's the benefit here? What's the benefit? What would make me want to choose SaitaSwap over Uniswap? Is your answer because they have a card? They have a debit card. Okay. So here's the issue with the debit card, which I think is interesting. They're a decentralized exchange. Okay, why do I have to put my first name, my last name, my email address, my mobile number, my country, my address for a card? So here's the issue. It's like, do you want to be centralized or decentralized? Because this is centralization here. This is centralization. So I have to put all my information. The reason why people use Uniswap and they like Uniswap and decentralized exchanges is because of anonymity, right? Freedom from government and those sorts of things. Now, one of the benefits of using a decentralized exchange too is that you can use your debit card and credit card and those sorts of things, right? You can, right? They have like MoonPay and some third-party websites that you don't really need a KYC for to get money in like a wallet or something like that, right? If you have like a Coinbase wallet or something like that, you can use that, put money in your wallet, then use that to, buy Ethereum and then swap on decentralized exchanges, right? So if we're going to be centralized, let's be centralized. If we're going to be decentralized, let's be decentralized. So this is not centralized, right? Okay. All right. So whatever. Maybe they're bridging centralization and decentralizations together. Fine. Right? Okay. So you have a little Visa card, right? But this right here, I don't feel comfortable putting my first, last name or any of my information on anything that doesn't operate in the United States anymore, right? And with a team that doesn't have the best track record. And you could say what you want, but the team doesn't have the best track record. We're getting to that here in a second. Okay. So Coinbase card. Okay. Coinbase, centralized exchange, has a debit card. You know what they don't charge? There are no application fees, credit check, or nothing like that. You just have you have to have a valid Coinbase account. You can get a Binance card. There are no issuance fees or monthly fees or anything. So why is it a centralized exchange charging people $200, $150, and $99 so that you could use your debit card or credit card to buy or to trade or to buy regular things with only 15 tradable assets? And the only ones that make sense are stable coins because it's pegged 1-to-1 for the dollar. Okay. Because here's the thing. If you trade cryptocurrency, like say, for example, you have $100 in Mandox and you buy something, right? You buy something at a store or something like that. This is a taxable event. So you're going to get paid. You're going to get charged 30%, right? Which is a tax plus whatever it costs to do this. Plus, then you're taking out of you're spending your cryptocurrency. So it doesn't make any sense to use a debit card unless it's Tether, or anything like that. So if you're Saitama, you can't charge people money because your competitors are charging people $0. Makes no sense. So my question is, what is the benefit of using Saitama over anything else? There's none. There's zero benefit except that I bought Saitama. I'm an investor. I listen to their Twitter spaces and those sorts of things, right? Great. I'm in the Twitter spaces. I support the project. But what is the other benefit, right? What would get the average Joe to invest in a Saitama? There's nothing. You have to be 10 times better than your competitor, and they're not even close. Coinbase and Binance, you can get the Binance card, Visa, woo! Visa, woo! Okay, what's the benefit? There's zero benefit. Zero. Okay, great. That's fantastic. Okay, so of course we know Saitama moved operations to Dubai. I think they're operating out of Dubai. Fine, they're nicer towards crypto. But what we did see from the other day is that the DOJ, if you and the SEC, Saitama started off in the United States, right? And if you operate out of the United States and you're issuing unregistered securities, right? Well, the DOJ, they're going after people who did some pretty shady shit. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens later down the road. But to me, SaitaPro, if you want to buy like their NFTs, but like, look here, no one's going to buy their NFTs, guys. You know what I mean? And the thing that's really stuck out to me is that they're number 65 after a 200% pump on the day, right? Which is kind of crazy to me. So what happens when they go back down? What happens when I refresh this page? 66. So they're slowly falling, right? So what's the benefit, right? What's the benefit, in my opinion? Okay, now let's talk about some of the shortcomings of Saitama. So this is objective. Like if I'm looking at all the evidence, I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to get the same. What do I want to decentralize? Why? I thought this was decentralized. Why I got to put my name and stuff here and give you my address? Of course, you get like access to their exclusive NFTs and those sorts of things. But to me, this is a money grab. Another money grab, right? Another money grab. Right? Okay. So let's talk about, do me a favor, smash that like button, right? Smash that like button. All right. Okay. So let's talk about Saitama, where they're at now. What was the issue with Saitama, right? Well, they overpromised and underdelivered, right? Remember the timeline. They were supposed to launch SaitaMask on November 13th of 2021. Of course, that didn't happen. And we now know it's because that Max, their guy, probably couldn't handle the technology. They probably bit off more than they can chew, which is fine. But promising everyone the world and not delivering is no good because people lose trust in you, right? Now, another thing is that, Russ pretended to be this big-time business mogul, this absolute businessman, right? This big-time businessman before Saitama. And when his wife came out into Twitter live space, although I don't think everything she was telling was truthful, I think she's mad because he left her for her best friend, right? His wife went on a Twitter live space and spilled the tea, and a lot of that's true. Okay. Well, we now know, right, that he wasn't a successful businessman before Saitama, which I don't care. Who cares? But to lie about it and to lie about many other things is really bad for your reputation. Like this example.
Plenty of properties and everything.
Check this out. Literally telling us he owns plenty of properties and those sorts of things. Never needed to spend a dime on Saitama. Check this out.
It's like I own plenty of properties and everything I have is paid for. So in reference to how that relates to Saitama, as you guys know, we don't have a marketing wall. So everything that we do is funded out of pocket, right?
We don't have a marketing wallet. Everything we do is funded out of pocket.
So the EFC sponsorship, 7 figures out of pocket. And that doesn't mean we sell Saitama to pay for it. No.
And that doesn't mean we sell Saitama to pay for it, right? Because at the time, the charts were dumping massively, right? At the time, the charts were dumping massively. And people were like, dude, why are the charts dumping? You know? Okay.
Don't want to hurt the charts because we're holders like you guys are.
They don't want to hurt the charts because they're holders like us. This is what Scott Herman's show, right? This is in the past on Scott Herman's show. Now look what he says months later.
That's where it comes from. It comes from our wallets, right? So we send it to them. And if we do need to sell some Saitama tokens to pay for something, of course we'll sell them on Uniswap, but very respect.
If we do need Saitama tokens to sell to pay for something, we will sell them. It doesn't matter if this is a year ago. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this is a year ago. They lied to the community about something big, a main concern of the community at the time. They lied to everyone. Let's continue.
Effectively, but it's not so we can cash them out and tell everybody to buy the dip. No, if we do need to swap some tokens, it's to pay for something, for marketing, for sub-services, SaitaMask. We're trying to, build a business, and it takes money to make money. It always does. We don't have a marketing wallet, so those funds got to come from somewhere.
Okay, so Elon Musk, many people that are head of companies, right? They sell things to pay for things. Like Elon Musk just sold $3.5 billion of Tesla stock. We know that happens, but why lie about it in the beginning? Because it was major FUD at the point, and some of these top wallets were literally selling millions of dollars of Saitama, right? Keep that in mind. And people on the team, right? They were making money and are no longer part of the team. Okay, so that was the issue with Saitama, right? Okay, so they released SaitaMask and it never worked, right? Then they had some terrible publicity. Why? Right? Okay. Right? Okay. So terrible publicity, right? With Elon Monster threatening to sue everyone, right? Russ's wife coming out saying some crazy things. All right, we covered it on the video and those sorts of things. Like I said, I think she's kind of salty because I gotta give props to Russ. Look at Russ now compared to where he was at. It's a come up, right? He's a millionaire. Hotter girlfriend. Maybe it was his ex-wife's friend. In shape, white teeth, bust down jewelry. Fantastic. Great. Right? But the things that she said were really eye-opening. The things that she said in that Twitter live space were really eye-opening. Was it right? Is it all truthful? I don't know. But some of the things she says, right? Especially when it comes to them being, not well off before and then them being well off now, you gotta really look at that, right? So it's a come up story, which we like to see, but all the lies and those sorts of things, you know what I mean? It just doesn't look pretty good. So here's the thing: if you think Saitama is a good project, fine. If you think it's pumping, 60% of the day, it's going to be the next best thing since sliced bread, fine. Do your thing. But what I'm saying is when you compare it to the competition, it doesn't add up. And the reason why most people are still holding the nuts of Saitama, right, is because they literally, right, that they have this is like their identity, right? This is like everything for them. They need this to go back up. They need this because if you bought Saitama at the all-time high at a $7 billion market cap, you are almost 100x away from ever getting your money back, breaking even. Now, if you're buying the dip, dollar cost averaging, fine. Do your thing. If you think Saitama can get back to $7 billion market cap, great. You think Saitama can compete with the big dogs when it comes to the centralized exchanges? Great. If you want to pay $200 for a debit card that Coinbase and Binance are giving away for free, all you have to do is have an account for free, fine. If you think that Saitama is decentralized and it's a cool decentralized exchange, but you think that putting your first name, last name, email address, your social security, your not social security, your address, your phone number is cool, fine. Do your thing. But I'm just saying, seems a little fishy to me. Seems like a shitty project to me that really got to the top because of a lot of hype, and it seems like it's just going to be an average project going forward. Whatever. You can keep buying the dip. You can buy the dip all you want to. All you want to. And there it is. So I mean, let me know what you think. This guy says Saitama FUD goes in one ear and out the other these days, but literally is in my stream right now. You can call it FUD all you want. It's just facts. You can call FUD. I mean, he literally lied to you guys. And you guys are just gonna believe him. So do your thing. And here's the thing. If people see the heavyweight Hank, I know who heavyweight Hank is. Emphasis on heavyweight, right, Hank? Says, y'all continue to let this loser cost you profits. You can say what you want, but here's the thing. When I sold live on stream, right? When I sold, I mean, people were up. I sold at like a multi-billion-dollar market cap. I didn't sell. I didn't sell at a $128 million market. I sold at a multi-billion-dollar market, and so did my subscribers. So most of them at least. You know, more people lost money on Saitama than gained. I'll tell you that. And look at with the airdrop situation. I mean, these guys have so many issues, right? With the airdrop situation, right? When they were supposed to airdrop everyone manually when they moved to a V2. How long? Remember how long Saitama was like, we have 360,000 holders. We have 360,000 holders. Okay. Why is it only 139,000 now? What happened to other holders? Someone explain to me that. Explain to me that. Explain to me that. You know? Explain to me that. Okay. Explain to me that. What happened? What happened? Oh, because there was only not that many. There was only about 100,000 holders in Saitama, right? And then we added some more since then, and they didn't airdrop everybody. In fact, they promised to airdrop everybody. Then they were like, you know, it's too expensive to airdrop people. What do you want us to do? You have to go manually do it yourself. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying. Look at that's the what you want. Why you get mad at me? It's the facts. What do you want? What do you want? Yeah, cryptocurrency's down, but it ain't that down, right? All right, let's do coin market cap. Okay. All right. Let's do some math for you guys. I love doing this. Let's see. Saitama goes up and up. Wait, what's his market cap right now? Okay, Saitama. Okay. What's a multi-billion-dollar market cap right now? What's close to 7 billion? Okay. Let's do SHIB. So SHIB. If we can actually get it, because sometimes here it is. All right, 50x away, close from their all-time high, right? And it's pumping today. Ethereum's a 4x. I don't know what you want from me, guys. I don't know what you want. Smash that like button, baby. Drano says people sold at hold dust. Ether Sand still counted them. What's there to explain? I don't know. Dranos, that's my thing, right? That's what I was saying. But why did Saitama market 360,000 holders? Why were they saying that when they know? Look at they know as well as me and you, right, Dranos? First of all, shout out to Vegeta right there, best Dragon Ball Z character. Not even close. Shout out to Dragon Ball Super. Dranos, why were they using that as a marketing slogan? 300 plus thousand holders. I know that. You know that. So why were they using it as marketing? Were they purposely deceiving us? What do you think? What do you think? And yes, Saitama does have more market cap than Volt, but how far is Volt from their all-time high? How far is Volt from their all-time high? Not that far. Not a 50x. Shinja is meh. Yeah, Shinja has their own issues. But there's one thing that Shinja did that was better than Saitama was when they did a V2, they didn't promise to airdrop holders. So here's the issue, guys. Say, for example, technically, right? Saitama said they were going to airdrop, right? Everybody, look at, I'm just being honest here. I'm just being honest with you. And thank you so much for the $5 donation, Crypto Dreams. I appreciate you. Here's the thing, guys. If Saitama told everybody, even if they had 360 wallets on their old address, right? And we know a lot. I knew it was dust. You know it was dust, but the team was marketing as $300,000. Look at the team. If there's some smart crypto experts like we all perceive them to be, why would they say that purposely, knowing that there's not 300,000 holders? We knew that. Why would they do that? Okay. And if so, if they told everyone that they were going to airdrop everyone, we didn't have to worry about anything, right? We didn't have to worry about anything. right? We didn't have to worry about anything. Okay. They only airdropped about 50,000 until you had to start manually converting them yourself. Because look, when you're sending, it doesn't matter even if you're sending crypto from wallet or airdropping people, it costs a small fee, right? Like $3, $2, depending on how busy the Ethereum network is. Okay. All right. So it's costing them thousands of dollars, right? But they said they were going to do us a solid. Now Shibnobi said you have to do it manually, so that means I have to take the hit for the small transaction fee, right? Saitama said we're going to airdrop everybody. You have to pay for it, but they messed up, right? It took them forever to airdrop people, and still some people to this day, a small amount, don't have their airdrops because they have to go manually do it themselves. Now the issue was, right? The issue is that the top holders of Saitama all got their airdrops first, right? And other people were still waiting for their airdrops, right? Now, what happened then? Well, a lot of people, the top wallets, started to sell. And unfortunately, the people who were still waiting for their airdrops couldn't sell. So what's the issue there? Well, the whole time people are waiting to get their tokens and maybe want to take some profits, the Saitama chart is just dumping massively. And while these top wallets could sell, the price of Saitama goes down. Well, now me, average Joe, cannot sell until I have to wait for my airdrop. So I can't do anything. So when I get my airdrops, the price is down significantly. It's not even okay for me to sell. Okay. So that was the issue. And that's not fair to holders, right? That's not fair to holders. I mean, are you mad at me for that? For pointing that fact out? That's a fact. The team messed up again on that. And that's a huge mess up, right? When you tell everybody they're going to get all their tokens, and not everybody gets their tokens. When you market on, we have 300,000 plus holders, but only they airdrop 50,000 to 100,000. Well, wait. If there are 300 wallets, then 300 wallets should get an airdrop, right? Oh, those are dust tokens. Oh, okay. Well, why didn't you say that before? So it benefits you to say 300,000 holders now when you're marketing because you want it to seem like you have a big community. But when you have airdrop wallets, you want to say, oh, no, those are dust, so we don't want to airdrop those. This doesn't make any sense, No, Mason, that's so dumb. Oh, why don't you run a cryptocurrency? No, it's stupid. It's like going to Walmart and getting mad because Walmart didn't stock something right. And people go, why are you mad at Walmart? Why don't you run a fucking grocery store? It's like, no, dummy. That's not how it works. It's not old news when it happens like 6-7 months ago. That's not old news. Here's the thing. You guys, here's the issue with Saitama and what a lot of cryptocurrency products do. And this is what we were victim to and a lot of people fell victim to. Saitama comes into a space, promises the world this revolutionary app, when at the end of the day, regardless of what you think, SaitaPro is just another average decentralized exchange. In fact, it's not even better than 65 others in the space. All right? It's not. Because what? They have a debit card that you have to KYC for? No. Is it a decentralized exchange or what are we doing here? What is it? Now, a benefit you could say, one plus to SaitaPro is, well, you could use the Visa card even if you don't have access to Binance or Coinbase, because obviously Coinbase is a US company. It's in other places, right? But it's a US company. And obviously Binance is Binance worldwide? Should be worldwide, right? Obviously, they have Binance US. Obviously, you could say, well, in some countries, they don't have, right? They don't have the ability to get those Visa cards because they live somewhere else, right? But there's a reason why decentralized exchanges don't offer those debit cards and credit cards and stuff like that is because you don't KYC people, right? That's the thing. It's like, we become centralized, right? So that's what I'm saying. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, I've seen some comments from some of the average nut huggers, but I mean, you can ignore reality, but the consequences of ignoring reality is like you can just keep buying this shit. Look at how bad it's down, guys. And it's down bad. Everything is down, but this is down bad. Bad. And this is at V2, right? This is V2. It's up 69%. Nice, right? Volume increased 400%, which means people are buying it, aping more. Right, this is a nice market cap, $115,000. Excuse me, $115 million. You like that? Way more volume on decentralized exchanges than centralized exchanges. So, Fernando trolling. What's the daily trading volume? It looks like it's actually pretty decent right now, but of course it's up 200% on the day, right? So keep that in mind. Let's see. It is $714,000, right? And that's up 200%. So waiting for Classy to go live so I can go in on, and it's a Saitama wave, baby. I didn't even know that Classy goes live, really. I know he goes live sometimes. This chat's funny, Saitama PUMP. I mean, what do you want me to say? I'm not the one who did this. You know what I mean? Look at the entire cryptocurrency market's down. And if you bought the bottom of Saitama, great. You know, great. Cheers. I'm just saying that. What's the bull case? What's the bull case? What's the bull case? You know, what's the bull case? And just be careful, guys, when you're using these debit cards, using actual crypto. If you're not using a stable coin, and even a stable coin, the line, we don't really know like what the taxable events are on that. But I know for sure, say for like I said, if you have $100 in Shiba Inu on your Saitama debit card and you buy $100 items, you get taxed 30% because it's capital gains tax, right? Because technically the IRS sees it as you converting it into fiat and then using that fiat to pay for that item. It's not crypto to that item. It's not how it works. That's not how the IRS sees it. So keep in mind. Yeah, so Saitama's going to dump hard. Look, it's a nice pump. I'm not saying it's not a nice pump. I'm just saying, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't trust these people with my money, is what I'm saying. You can. I won't. There are plenty of other products out there near $100 million market cap that you could probably get into, right? Oh, shit. 1 second. I think I have to go live on Jake's channel. All right, guys. With that, guys, I got to get out of here now. I'm going to be going live on Jake's channel for the Crypto Hour. I totally forgot today. Do me a favor, smash the like button and go over to Jake Gagan's channel for a V2 if you want to hang out. Continue the degeneracy. Thank you guys so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.